Hey guys, FearTWD here, and welcome to a Fear the Walking Dead video, where we are going to be talking about the second half of Season 6 of Fear the Walking Dead. Specifically, we're going to be talking about Victor Strand, and whether or not I think he will survive this back half of Season 6. Before we get into it, there's obvious spoilers for Fear the Walking Dead, Seasons 1 through 6, mainly 6. So if you haven't seen any of the episodes leading up to this second half of Season 6, please go watch them and return, and yeah, let's get into the topic. So Strand has done some shady things this season, just in terms of telling Virginia about John wanting to find more evidence of Janice, John possibly thinking it was Virginia that was hiding everything from him. And yeah, that's why they moved the execution up on Janice, and that's why Janice was killed.
You arranged that confession?
It was Janice's idea.
You told Ginny what I was gonna do?
I told her that Janice was a flight risk.
John! You killed her! John! You killed Janice!
Janice was always going to take the fall. I kept you from going down with her.
We could have got away!
So John is obviously very pissed about that with Strand. So definitely not the guy. Strand and John are definitely not the happy-go-lucky pals they once were. But Strand is also pissed off Alicia and Morgan, where he was trying to take Dakota back with him to Lawton, to Virginia, and they refused, and then Strand was aiming his gun at Alicia and Morgan, but he didn't kill them, but I mean, still, you pointed your gun at this Alicia, especially. You've been with Alicia since, like, almost the beginning of this apocalypse, nearly. And it's come down to that? Really? Damn, like, he is one cold-hearted motherfucker this season. Because starting off with episode 2 of Season 6, he is ready to take on Virginia and everybody, all the Rangers, but by the end, he's accepted into the Rangers, so he's like, this is where I think it's going. I think he is going to turn against Virginia, but, I mean, it might be, it's hard to say at this point.
Which side of this are you on?
Yours.
Because he's done a lot of shady things, so would people forgive him even after all of this? Like with Janice, I mean, that's a human life that was lost because of him. You know, is John gonna move past that? I'm not entirely sure if he will. And then with Alicia, it's like she's kind of hurt because after all this time that she's been with him, he's kind of turned against them now. And it's a real shitty situation. Where you have Strand in episode 4, he does that thing with Janice, and that was just shady as feck. And then John beats him up, and Strand is kind of, I don't know, it's hard to say, like I say, but I think he's playing the long con. But it's hard to say. In terms of what happens in the Season 6 mid-season finale, Episode 7, he returns to Lawton without Dakota, and then Virginia shows him that he has Grace, and it seems like for a second he was very overjoyed to see Grace. But then, of course, Virginia's there, so he has to kind of act like, authorities like, do as she says.
Victor,
Grace.
get up.
Do what she says.
That's a little thing where I was like, maybe, just maybe, he is playing the long con for Virginia. Yeah, Strand gives Alicia this necklace at the end of episode 2, where he's like, you know, no matter what happens, I want you to always remember who I am. And that definitely contributes to the fact that Strand is kind of letting go of who he is to put on this facade for Virginia. So, whether or not I think he's gonna die, we're gonna get into that. So, I believe that Strand's possibility of being killed is very, very high at this point, because we've seen how loyal Virginia believes he is, versus how against the group he appears to be. So either way, if he's killed by Morgan or Alicia, if he stays with Virginia, or if he switches sides and gets killed by Virginia, either way, I feel like Strand could die those ways. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Strand pulls out one last gun-ho moment, goes out fighting, gets killed by a bunch of Rangers, like a bunch of Rangers like shoot him down. After he shoots Virginia in the head. That would be a good death. That would be a good death, actually. But I feel like they won't do that because, I don't know, just for someone like Strand, I feel like it would be so bad for them to just waste him like that with the assault, with, like, shooting him. I feel like he needs to have a death where it's a little bit paced out, and, you know, Alicia gets to say some final words to him before he dies, because this is a series-long character that we've had. You know, multiple seasons, and we've loved him ever since, you know, whether he was the con man, or the funny guy, or the charismatic, you know, rich stranger that picks our Clark family up from L.A., but, you know, he's a great character. So it would be a shame if anything happened to Strand, but I really, really could see him dying, and I think it will happen, actually. We haven't had a death since, like, Season 4, Episode 8, like major death, obviously. But, yeah, I feel like that would be the one to cap it all off. I feel like we'll lose at least 2 people this half, and then it'll definitely be, out of the main cast, anyway. And that'll definitely be, Strand, and Virginia, most likely. So, that was my predictions. I know it's a bit of a short video, but I just pretty much went straight to the point. I do think that Strand could die, and, I mean, the possibilities are endless, really, to how they'll write him out of the show when he dies. So, that's all I got for this video. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys think he will make it out of this season alive. I will be very surprised if he is. But, yeah. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and goodbye.